Should I marry her in misyar? This question has been asked of me so many times now that I feel like it needs addressing, and I know that a lot of you brothers are looking at this as a sort of cop-out, or because you're finding it difficult to get married through the traditional route and providing for a woman. So let's get into it. What is misyar? Misyar is where a woman voluntarily forsakes some or many of her God-given rights in order to be with. For example, she can forsake the rights of provision. She can forsake the rights of nights. And these are the two most common things that she can forsake. But she can also revoke them at any time that she feels she wants to. And I've received a number of DMs and even email of brothers asking me, do I know any sisters? One gentleman who's 18 years old, and he said to me, I'm looking for a sister to marry in misyar. And although I don't doubt his intentions, because he said, I'm not just here to just smash and bounce. I want to be able to provide for her one day properly. Just right now I can't, but I want to be married. And I don't doubt his intentions. But when you word it like this, I'm just looking for a misyar ting, bro. I just want a misyar ting. You get me, bruv? I just want to smash and bounce, bruv. You get me? Like, this really just needs to be shared, bruv.
This willy's got to be shared, bruv. I just got to leng down the gal.
This is haram.
Shout out to Castillo. When you put it like that, when you phrase it like that, when you word it like that, me as a father, I can't take you seriously. Like, if I'm considering you for one of my daughters, I can't take you seriously, although I understand the point. But let's talk about misyar. First of all, what are the benefits of misyar? The benefits of misyar is that it enables a man to marry a sister, whether it's his first wife or in polygyny, second and third, and for the sister to also be married to this man without him necessarily having to provide for her in the way that she would traditionally be provided for. Now, typically the way I have seen this done is with older women who have been married twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, have had their kids, have usually got their own place and don't really care too much to be provided for, but want a husband halal. I myself have had this proposed to me by a sister. I ended up marrying her in the end. And I will rephrase to you, I will verbatim what she said to me. She said to me, brother, I have my own place. I've had my kids. I don't want to have any more kids. And furthermore, I can't have any more kids. Her tubes were tied. So she couldn't have any more kids even if she wanted to. But I want to be married. And then she capped it off with this. She said, it's free sex.
What?
That's how she capped it off. She wanted to be married to me with so much earnest that she was willing to forsake everything. Nights, provision, you name it. Even children. She didn't want to have children because she already had her children. But she was an older woman. She was an older woman. And it's a long story without getting into the details. But here's the problem. When I married this sister, before I married her, my father said to Mahdi, be careful. Women change their mind. Like divine prophetic words. Women change their minds. He said, you might marry her under this notion, but best trust and believe that once emotions get involved, once she gets attached to you and so on and so forth, she's going to want more. And this reminds me of something Rolo said, that, or maybe it was Rich Cooper, I can't remember, that men marry women hoping they will never change, whereas women will marry men hoping they do change, hoping he does change, hoping he becomes more, whatever that means to her in her mind. So that's the first thing, is that in this setup, she might agree to it voluntarily, even as I experienced myself initially. But once emotions get involved, once she falls in love with you and she wants to have more from you, she wants more time, she wants more, period, that's when it gets complicated. That's when it gets difficult. And she has the right to withdraw and revoke those things that she has forsaken at any time that she wants to. If she says one day, you know what, I want you to provide for me now. If she says one day, you know what, I want equal nights as you are given to the other wife, or I just want my rights back, I want them all back, she has every right to say that, and you can't say nothing at all. That is her right. So it puts you in a position of weakness as a man. It puts you in a position of weakness. That's the negative. On the plus side, it does give an easy entry point for you to get married. Now, some of the scholars have said that misyar is impermissible. Some of the well-known scholars, some of the scholars have said that it is permissible. That's not a discussion for me to entertain, out of my wheelhouse. Considering that a lot of the bona fide, reputable scholars have said that it is halal and it is permissible, let's talk about the logistics of it. Logistically speaking, it provides an easy entry point for you to get married. It saves you from haram, which is probably the most important thing, definitely the most important thing in this discussion. It will help you to stay away from zina. The problem is, as a young man, if you want to do this as a young man, you want to do misyar as a young man, you have to understand understand the following. She might get pregnant. She will fall in love with you. You are inexperienced in dealing with these types of relationship, and you are gonna make a ton of mistakes. Is that better than committing zina? Yes, it is, but it's still not ideal. Furthermore, you have to be very careful how you're gonna communicate this to a wali, especially if the girl, if she's a younger girl, if she's a younger sister, because younger girls are more desirable, higher sexual market value, more desired by other men, and as a result of that, her wali, her father, her brother, they're gonna be more protective over her.
I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
They're gonna have greater demands in terms of what they expect from a husband to bring to the table. It's not like a woman who's been married 4 or 5 times and now, you know, there's pretty much no standard. Respectfully, it's the truth. Yeah, it's like whatever. If you're Hanafi, then you don't even need a wali. From the Hanafi school of fiqh is that she doesn't need a wali to get her, she can get herself married. But when you're dealing with a younger girl who's never been married before, there's going to be expectations. I got married at 16. You could make an argument that actually the way I got married was misyard. It was a type of misyard. It wasn't really. It was, but it had all the connotations of it. I was 16 years old. I wasn't able to provide for her. Okay, we lived with each other full time because she was my only wife. But I wasn't able to provide for her. Our parents looked after us for the first few years. Our parents and the state, for that matter, because we moved out very early in our lives. And then whilst I was studying and so on. Once I got to university, I was able to get on my own feet after that. But before that, it was my parents and the state, literally, that were taking care of us. So it was, you could say it was a form of misyar. Was it better than us doing haram? 100%, no doubt. Was it ideal? No, it was problematic. And lo and behold, my wife back then did fall pregnant very early on. And, you know, it added pressure, which in the end, alhamdulillah, turned out to be a very beautiful thing. It helped me to grow up quickly. But my point is this, man, you got either way, no matter which way you look at it, you're going to face problems. Me personally, my personal point of view when it comes to misyar is that misyar, you should leave it for the sisters who have been married a couple of times before or a few times before. They're older, they're past their prime, and she has her own place. She's had her kids. She doesn't want to have any more kids. She's got her own place, and she's happy to just have a husband to be in halal with. If you're going to even entertain this notion, and even then, you as a man will not have leverage in this relation. And I will even go one step further and say that maybe this is something that you as a Muslim only consider for the Ahlul Kitab, and just stay away from the Muslims completely. Don't taint the Muslim women with this misyar thing, because it can get really problematic and create a lot of issues, especially when it's done incorrect. Very easy to mess it up because she's forsaking her rights, so it's like she's in limbo. Better for you maybe to just do it with a Christian or a Jew, Ahlul Kitab. Why? They're already going out sleeping with men anyway. What's the difference? They're going around hoeing about, for want of a better word, many of them. It's not haram, or I'm sure it is in their scriptures.
Haram.
But it's not enforced in the same way that it is in Islam. So why not do it with a Christian or a Jew? It's halal for you as a man to do this. Maybe. Again, I want to be careful because this is a discussion that is out of my wheelhouse to an extent. But I keep getting asked questions about it. So I say this, if you're going to do it, try firstly and foremostly to just stay away from it as much as possible. As much as possible. Secondly, if you insist upon doing it, then maybe with a sister who's been married a few times and doesn't want to have kids and has her own place and is happy to just have a man come around every now and again. She's busy. She doesn't want a full-time husband anyway. She's got her kids to attend to. She's got work to attend to. She's set in her ways. She doesn't want to have to deal with a man full-time. Maybe this is something, a solution there. Maybe this is a solution. That's my 2 cents. Like the video, subscribe if you found value.
النار سنفجرها برصاصنا نمحوها العار مهلا يا أعداء الله سندمركم يا فجار